Today's lesson is called Under the Spell of Shopping. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Roger, and today we're going to talk about shopping. And specifically, we're going to talk about shopping in a supermarket. So, of course, sometimes supermarkets are pretty convenient. We can go there to buy certain things. Lots of people still go to traditional markets to get fresh fruit and vegetables and meat and things like that. But for some other things, you might want to go to a supermarket. But you got to watch out because they've got these different kinds of strategies designed to make you buy more than you really need.
Yeah, right before you get to the cash register there, the people at the supermarket have put all sorts of goodies, little toys and pieces of candy and candy bars and stuff like that. They put them right next to the checkout counter. These are cheap items that a child is going to want, okay? And yes, this is a trick, okay? If I don't say yes, my daughter's going to start to scream and yell. So they've tricked me. They've got me. My kid wants a candy bar, and she's going to get it too because of the way that people have laid out both supermarkets and convenience stores too. The same thing happens to me whenever I go to the 7-Eleven or the Family Mart or anything like that. But today, we're not talking about convenience stores. We're talking about supermarkets. Today, we're focusing on supermarkets and supermarket tricks. We'll be doing that today and tomorrow as well. Anyways, folks, it's enough talk for now. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll get started right after a short break.
Under the spell of shopping.
It has happened to us all at one time or another. We enter a supermarket to buy a few items and come out with a big bag full of groceries. Why does that happen? The fact is that supermarkets use a number of strategies to make customers spend more. Let's look at some of them.
大家好，第一部分我们看到片语 at one time or another 表示曾经、偶尔，用来指过去某个时候发生的事，但非经常发生。例如 Everyone has been late at one time or another. Just make sure it doesn't become a habit for you. 每个人都偶尔迟到过，但要确保那个不会变成你的一个习惯就好了。再来，我们看到一个名词 bagful 指一袋之量，常用数量加 bagful of 加名词，指满满几袋的点点点。像是 After picking up trash on the beach all day, we ended up filling 10 bagfuls of garbage. 经过在海边净滩一整天后，我们最终装满了满满10袋的垃圾。
Okay, everybody, what do you say we talk about the title first? Under the spell of shopping. Now, here, spell is not referring to how you spell a word, S-P-E-L-L, spell. No, spell here just refers to some kind of magic that somebody performs on you, some sort of magic power that they have over you. Maybe your girlfriend has some kind of magic spell on you that gets you to drive her all over the city and take her to expensive restaurants. You're under the spell of her beauty. But here we're under the spell of shopping. When you go shopping, they kind of control you in some way and make you buy things that you don't need. So here in the first paragraph it says, it has happened to us all at one time or another. We enter a supermarket to buy a few items and come out with a big bag full of groceries. Gee, how did that happen? So yes, we've all had this experience. It has happened to us at one time or another, which means, you know, every once in a while, sometimes, occasionally, this has happened to us.
Yes, we've gone to the supermarket and we've got our list in our hand, okay? Or we're thinking we need this, this, and this. We only need these 3 or 4 things. So we go in there to buy a few items and then we come out with a bunch of stuff. We come out with a big bag full of groceries. Now, how does this happen? Okay, now usually this does not happen to me, but if I'm with other people, like my wife and my daughter, this does happen. If I go shopping, I say, all right, I want these things 1, 2, and 3, and that's that. And I'll go to the shop and I'll buy those things and then I'll leave. But then there are those other times when I go shopping with others. The idea is to buy, I don't know, 4 or 5 things, and we walk out with 40 or 50 things. We walk out with a big bag full of groceries, a big bag full of stuff. How does this happen, or why does that happen? Well, the fact is that supermarkets use a number of strategies to make customers spend more. Anyways, here we have the word strategy to talk about. A strategy is kind of like a plan. A strategy is a plan that is meant to help you achieve something. It helps you achieve an objective or a goal. And yes, the reason that supermarkets open up, it's not so that you can go there and shop and get what you need. They're there because the owner wants to make as much money as possible off of you. And the only way the owner is going to make money is by getting you to buy as much stuff as possible. So owners, the people behind these supermarkets, they employ a vast number of these strategies to get you to spend more money. Anyways, let's take a look at an example sentence for the word strategy. You could say, on the battlefield, Napoleon Bonaparte was a master of strategy.
Indeed, and that sort of reminds me of a Chinese expression. I can't remember the number, but I think of the 36 strategies, running is the best one. And of course, the people who work in supermarkets try to think of ways to get you to buy things that you don't really want because, hey, they want to make some money, they want to make a profit, so they use these plans or these strategies to get you to spend more money. Let's look at some of them in the next part of our lesson. Let's listen now.
Supermarkets often keep food essentials like meat, milk, and eggs far away from the entrance, forcing shoppers to walk through the entire store to find them. On the way, shoppers see other items on the shelves and may end up buying things they didn't intend to. Beware of this trick and know exactly what you want to buy before setting foot in the supermarket. Also, once you've found all the things you were looking for, head straight to the checkout counter instead of looking at other products.
第二部分我们看到单字 essential 这个字在课文中是名词，指必需品、不可或缺的东西，常用复数形。举例来说 Please take only the essentials on this trip as we're renting a smaller car. 这趟旅行请务必只携带必需品，因为我们是租一台比较小的车。另外，这个字还可以做形容词，指必要的、不可或缺的。我们可以说 A cool logo is an essential part of getting a new product noticed. 有形的标志是让新产品受到注目的重要因素。接下来我们看到一个动词 intend 有想要、打算的意思，后面常接 to 加动词。例如 We intend to move abroad by the end of the month. 我们打算在这个月底搬去国外。另外，补充一个相关片语 be intended for 加名词，代表准备做某种用途。我们可以说 This letter is intended for parents of students who will be attending this year's summer camp. 这封信是要给参加今年夏令营的学生家长的。再来，我们看到一个单字 beware 这个字是动词，指当心、提防。举例来说 You should be aware, for the weather on the mountain can change very suddenly. 你应该要当心，山里面的天气可能会突然改变。另外，补充一个相关片语，可以用 beware of 代表当心、留意。我们可以说 When traveling alone, beware of strangers who may take advantage of you. 独自旅行时，小心陌生人占你便宜。接着我们看到名词 checkout 用来指结账处、结账柜台，像是 I still have to pick up one more item, so I'll meet you at the checkout counter. 我还需要再拿一样商品，所以我会在结账柜台跟你碰面。
Okay, folks, we're talking about supermarket tricks. Let's get back into things. Remember, supermarkets, the people who run supermarkets, they employ a vast number of strategies to get you to spend as much as possible. And let's look at some of these strategies. First of all, supermarkets often keep food essentials like meat, milk, and eggs far away from the entrance, forcing shoppers to walk through the entire store to find them. Yes, I've heard about this. Whenever I go shopping, chances are I'm buying only the bare essentials, the things that I need in order to live. By the way, when we're talking about essentials or essential items, we're talking about necessities, things that you have to have. So in a grocery store, necessities are things like milk, meat, and eggs, okay? You could live only on milk, meat, and eggs, okay? That's why they're essentials. But here, apparently, supermarkets, they'll keep these essential items far away from the entrance so that you have to walk through the entire store in order to get to them. Otherwise, if you put those things near the front of the store, people like me would walk in, grab the essentials, and then walk out again. They wouldn't see anything else in the store, people like me. That's what I'm talking about right now. Now, I've also heard that certain supermarket chains and retailers and people who build malls and stuff like that, they have consulted with architects to find a way to keep people inside of stores. How do they do this? Well, they say, hey, Mr. Architect, can you design our building so that when people get in, it will be hard to find the exits? Yes, apparently this is true. If you can't find the exit, you are going to walk around and wander around that store more, okay? And the longer you spend in a store wandering around, walking around, the more likely it is that you are going to buy extra stuff. You're going to buy stuff in addition to what you were there to buy in the first place.
Well, I actually like walking around supermarkets, not because they're trapping me inside, but because at least the local supermarket in my neighborhood has these little carts with the little wheels, and they're so much fun to push around. I could push them around all day long. They're so fun to push around. But in this particular case, they want to keep you in the supermarket, not to push the carts around, but to buy more stuffs. And on the way, shoppers see other items on the shelves and may end up buying things they didn't intend to. So here we've got the verb to intend, and usually it's followed by a verb to intend to do something. I didn't intend to make you crazy with my constant weird sounds that I make.
Oh, I'm sorry that I spilled my cup of coffee on you. I didn't intend to. You could say something like that. I didn't mean to do that. It was a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm just happy that that was cold coffee and not very hot coffee. Anyways, moving on, the next sentence says, beware of this trick and know exactly what you want to buy before setting foot in the supermarket. So yes, beware. So know about this beforehand. Know that they're trying to trick you and trap you and to get you to stay in that store to buy more stuff. Know about this beforehand. Know about this trick before you go in there, before you set foot in the supermarket. By the way, if you set foot in a place, you enter that place. That's really all there is to it.
Yep, I first set foot in Taiwan way back in 1987, for example. But here, yes, before you go into the supermarket, before you set foot in there, know what they're doing. Beware of this trick. Beware of this strategy. Also, once you've found all the things you were looking for, head straight to the checkout counter instead of looking at other products. So once you've found all those things you need, as soon as you find them, make a beeline for the checkout counter. Head straight to the checkout counter. Here we've got the verb phrase to head to. Head straight to that place. Head directly to that place. Head to the checkout counter and just try not to look at the things that are next to you. Don't get distracted by those things because you'll end up buying something you don't want.
There you go. By the way, the checkout counter, that's the place in a supermarket, let's say, where you buy your stuff. You bring your stuff there, the stuff that you've shopped for, and then you pay for it there at the checkout counter. All right, folks, let's go ahead and take a break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll be talking more about the checkout counter and the checkout line. It is a crazy place, so beware.
At the checkout, don't let your guard down. You may have noticed that many smaller impulse items like candy and soda are within arm's reach while you're waiting in line to pay. Most of the time, these items are unhealthy and unnecessary. Avoid this trap by reading a magazine or looking at your phone.
最后第三部分，我们看到一个单字 impulse， 这个字是名词，指冲动、一时兴起的念头。例如 If you can't control your impulses, you're going to end up in jail just like your brother. 如果你无法控制冲动，最终会像你哥哥一样被捕入狱。又或者说 A sudden impulse led me to take up playing the guitar. 一股突然兴起的念头让我开始学习吉他。
Now, remember in the previous paragraph we said you need to head straight to the checkout counter, but that's only half the battle. At the checkout counter or at the checkout, we sometimes just shorten it to checkout, sometimes just the cashier. Don't let your guard down because they're still trying to get you to buy stuff you don't need even when you're paying. So here we've got the phrase to let your guard down. That just means just constantly be aware of any kind of attack or anything that might try to trick you. Don't relax. Don't get complacent. You still need to be vigilant.
There you go. Don't let your guard down there in the checkout line. Bad things can happen in the checkout line, okay? There's a lot of goodies that supermarkets place right next to the checkout counter near the checkout line. So don't let your guard down. Stay cautious. Now, you may have noticed that many smaller impulse items like candy and soda are within arm's reach while you're waiting in line to pay. Yes, this is what I was talking about during the introduction. You're in the checkout line there, and there are sodas and little toys and candy bars and pieces of candy, all sorts of stuff there in the checkout line. So you're going to have to resist the urge or the impulse to grab one of these things. By the way, I usually don't have a problem resisting impulse items, but hey, children, especially if they're young children, are going to have a hard time resisting a piece of candy or something like that. They're probably going to fall prey to impulse items. Anyways, here we do have the word impulse to talk about. An impulse is a strong and sudden urge to act. All of a sudden, you want to do something, okay? When that's the case, you are feeling an impulse.
We also talk about impulse buying. Sometimes people get a kind of high when they buy things. That's why they like to go shopping. That's impulse buying, especially when they buy things just to buy things. They just don't really need those items, but it feels good to own something. But here, these are items that they're trying to get you to buy because, that looks good. I think I'll buy that candy bar there. That would taste good right now. So they're all within arm's reach. As far as your arm can reach, you can get those things. And yes, you need to keep your defenses up. Don't let your guard down. Don't put your defenses down. And most of the time, these items are unhealthy and unnecessary. Yeah, I guess that candy bar is unhealthy. It's full of sugar. I'm going to have to spend 2 hours at the gym to work off all those calories. Yes, it's unhealthy and it's unnecessary. You can live without it.
There you go. So don't allow your impulses to rule you. Anyways, avoid this trap by reading a magazine or looking at your phone, okay? Don't look at the stuff around you. Those things do look delicious and cool and wonderful. Yes, they are calling to you, but don't fall prey, okay? Avoid the trap. Read a magazine or look at your phone. Okay, folks, with that, part 1 of our article on supermarket tricks is now in the books, and it's time for you guys to hear from the Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文一开始提到，我们都曾经走进超市买一些东西，出来的时候却买了一大袋。他就说The fact is that supermarkets use a number of strategies to make customers spend more. 实情是，这个事实啊，是超市用了一些让顾客消费更多的策略。好，这边我们来比较一下 a number of 跟 the number of 的用法。句子里面用到 a number of， 它表示几个或是一些，后面必须接复数可数名词，像 a number of students 就表示一些学生，几个学生。好，那么至于 the number of， 它是表达什么什么的数量，那后面也是接复数可数名词，像 the number of students 表示学生的数量。好，那要特别注意的是，我们用 a number of 加复数可数名词来当主词的话，必须视为复数。可是如果是用 the number of 加上复数可数名词来当主词，那这部分要视为单数。我们用例句来看会比较清楚。A number of students were absent today. 今天有好几个学生缺席。那句子里面呢，主词是 a number of students，要当成复数的主词，所以后面搭配复数动词 were。 好，那我们来再看个例句。 The number of students studying abroad has been growing. 出国念书的学生人数一直持续成长。好，句子里面的 the number of students studying abroad， 这部分要视为第三人称单数主词，所以我们后面搭配的助动词是用 has 而不是用 have。好，读到课文第二部分的最后一句，他说 Also, once you found all the things you were looking for, head straight to the checkout counter instead of looking at other products. 还有啊，一旦找到所有你要找的东西，直接前往结账柜台，不要看其他的产品。好，这边有两个重点。第一个是 head，头，它当动词的时候呢，表示前往，朝着什么什么前进，后面可以接 to 加名词。例如 They headed to a museum after lunch. 吃完午餐之后，他们前往一间博物馆。好，那么 head 后面也可以接介系词或是副词，像我们说 head back 就表示回去， head north 朝北方前进， head home 朝家的方向前进，那就是回家，踏上归途。好，那我们还可以用 be headed 或者是 be heading 来表达正在前往，像我们可以说 I'm heading to the grocery store 或是 I'm headed to the grocery store， 就是说我正在前往杂货店的路上，我要去杂货店。好，第二个重点是 instead of 是片语介系词，它表示代替什么而不是什么，后面要接名词或动名词。例如 Instead of going to the movies, they went to a night market. 他们去逛夜市而不是去看电影。那要顺便补充一下 instead 少了后面的 of，这个 instead 它表示作为代替，反而怎么样，却怎么样，它是一个副词，可以摆在句首或是句尾。那如果把 instead 摆在句首，记得要用逗号跟句子的其他部分隔开。像刚刚的例句可以改成 They didn't go to the movies. Instead, 逗号 They went to a night market. 好，以上是今天重点整理，我们来回顾今天单字吧。
Groceries. On the way home from work, Mary stopped at the store to pick up some groceries. Strategy. We need to come up with a strategy to get more people interested in our activities. Essential. This store sells all of the school essentials, including pens, pencils, notebooks, and more. Intend. Erica intended to finish the report today, but she didn't have enough time. Beware. You should beware of that part of the city. I've heard it isn't safe. Impulse. Avoiding shopping websites can prevent you from making impulse buys.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.